guys, it's Mrs. Glenn. In this video it's for 2.4 rearranging formulas. So we're going to start by a side-by-side comparison just to show you that the left side has numbers with it so we can actually combine like terms when we get lower down. But the right-hand side we can still solve for a certain letter by doing the same thing. So both of them are asking us to solve for x, but this is just a side-by-side comparison to show you that when you can't combine like terms, you can still solve for a variable that you're looking for. All right, so let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is draw our line. So we're going to add 5 to both sides to get the x by itself. And this crosses out, leaving us with 2x equals 18. And on this side, we're going to add b to both sides. These cross out, leaving you with ax. C and b cannot be combined because they're not the same variable, so we just write them next to each other. Then we're going to divide by 2 on the left side, giving us x equals 9. On this side, we're going to divide by a, and when you divide by a, you have to divide by everything on the other side. So that just leaves us with c plus b over a, and you can't do anything more because c and b and a are all different variables. All right, for the next one, we've got the distance formula. Distance equals rate times time. And you're going to solve for t. So we're going to draw our line again. And t is being multiplied with r right now, so to get rid of it, you're going to divide by r so that t goes by itself. So then you get d over r equals t. And that's all we have to do is get t by itself. And we've solved for t. Next one is the volume formula for a rectangular prism. So you have length times width times height, and this is solved for h. So we've got L and H, L and W that are with h, so we're going to divide by both of them, L and W. You do it to one side, you got to do it to the other. So then you're left with LW equals h, so V over LW. And you can make your L look like this so that it's not looking like a 1, so that you know that it's an L. And you just also want to keep in track that if this is a capital L, then you need to have a capital L in your answer. But these are lowercase, so V over LW equals H. All right, and the next one, the area of a circle. So we're going to solve for R. So right now, again, draw our line. And r right now is being multiplied with pi, so we're going to divide by pi. And you're left with a over pi equals r squared. And to get this by itself, we would have to take the square root of r. And if you take the square root of one side, you got to do the other side. So then you're left with r equals the square root of its area divided by pi. Next one is the volume of, or the area of a rectangle, or I mean triangle, sorry. So we're solving for h. So first thing we're going to do is get rid of this fraction. So we are going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 2 over 1. And then these cross cancel, leaving you with bh on the right. And 2 times a is just 2a on the left-hand side. Then we want to get h by itself, so we are going to get rid of the b by dividing, because right now it's multiplying with h. So your final answer would be 2a over b equals h. Now you're going to solve for the lowercase m. So we're going to draw our line. First thing you want to do is get that 2 out of the denominator, so we're going to multiply by 2. On both sides. So this cross cancels, and you're left with mv squared. And 2 times k is 2k. And then to get the m by itself, we would divide by v squared on both sides, and you're left with 2k over v squared equals m. And then solve for w. So draw your line again. We're going to subtract 2L on both sides. You're left with 2w and p minus 2l on this side. Then divide by 2. And it's p minus 2l over 2 equals w. And then the last question, Isaiah planted a seedling in his garden and recorded its height every week. The equation shown can be used to estimate the height h of the seedling after w weeks since he planted the seedling. Solve the formula for w, the number of weeks since he planted the seedling. So you're going to draw your line and we're going to solve for w. So first thing we need to do is get rid of that 9/4. So you subtract 9/4 on both sides, leaving you with h minus 9/4 on the left and 3/4 w on the right. To get rid of this, you have to multiply by the reciprocal, which is just 4 over 3. And then you're left with w on this side because they cross cancel. The 3 with a 3 and the 4 with a 4. Then 4/3 h would just be 4/3 h. And this 4/3 is being multiplied by everything into this side. And then 4/3 times negative 9/4. The 4 times the negative 9 is negative 36. And the 3 times the 4 is 12. And I know that there's 3 12s in 36, so I can just divide the top and the bottom by 12. So that gives you 4/3 h. Negative 36 divided by 12 gives us negative 3. And 12 divided by 12 is just 3. So I can change that to 3. So minus 3 equals w.